back after like 3 weeks. Funny how I do an extra one and then I take a longer than usual break. Get my mouse off screen. Just did this dungeon here. And, as I remember, there's about 3 more dungeons, and this last mirror piece has like a big setup, so I don't know if we'll get to it in this episode. I'll try my darnest, though. Hey, bug. See, ideally, I'd like to be done with this in time for Darksiders Genesis. If we're not, though, it's not a big deal. I still need to go back and do the DLC for free, which isn't going to be as simple as I thought it was. Apparently, the one of them like implemented itself throughout the game and just added a ton of more content. So we're actually going to end up doing a sort of New Game Plus for that. It's going to be a first. I'll talk about all the changes that they made, because there's a ton of them whenever we get around to that. So, no rush, but I don't know. I might start switching between this and that if we don't finish in time. I don't know. Playing on launch isn't necessarily a big deal, because I've done it before and it didn't really do anything for us. However, I think it will be good to, like, have a game that I'm excited to be playing as one of my stream games, you know? Because it'll incentivize me to be on more often. Not that I don't love playing this, but, you know, I've done it like 3 times in the past, maybe 3, 4 times ever. Nothing new. You know, some games are just like that, infinitely replayable. Like Fable. Play that game like almost annually. It's not even that great, honestly. Last year, I finally got my hands on a 360 that wasn't fucking busted, because fuck that console. And I finally got a chance to replay the second game, come to the conclusion that Fable 2 is better than the first one, even if the final boss is complete ass. But there's a certain charm to the first one that keeps me coming back to it more often. So Uku actually had a role for once, like an important one. Let us know that we need the Dominion Rod to get to the next area, and that's what we're supposed to go off of, I guess.
Forget you. Could I trap you? Spiritual beds.
That was Jesus, my throat. This is a bit of a rare occasion, but I've actually got both my cats in the room, so if I ever, like, dart around suddenly, it's because one of them's being weird. Jinx is probably just taking a nap on my bed. I'm doing that since it's colder, I guess, keeps them warm. Beans, on the other hand, is in my lap to stay even warmer, so he might be fucking with my wires. He's the one that we really gotta worry about. So yeah, Dominion Rod, it's just a fucking rod now. Doesn't do shit. We have to re-enchant it. And, I guess you would assume go talk to the archaeologists. Go learn something about the past. Relatively reasonable explanation, but I'm pretty sure this had me lost forever or entered the game. He might not even be at TLOZ, but I'm gonna check there first just in case. Otherwise, I believe he's in Kakariko. Mailman might tell me. Trying to use the D-pad, wasn't working out. Stink, there's something about Lila's memory that I wish to tell you. I know you're busy, but please come visit me in my sanctuary in Kakariko. Okay. Yeah. So there's like a ton of the overworld stuff that I thought was weaved throughout the story as I remembered it, but turns out it's not. It all happens at once, I guess. Like that time we transported the Thor Prince. I thought that it's a Lila transport. Lila, Lilia. Ilia. It's not. I think that's probably coming up here though. I know I have to bring her to a hospital at some point. And was it 85? 585 or something? You get the magic armor? We're almost there. So I'll have to stop by Malamart at some point. Let's see. I mean, you might notice I turned my mic up ever so slightly. Before I had it like kind of low to like balance it out with the game audio, but I never actually like fixed it after I added in the audio ducking. Means I don't know, I'm just testing this out, see if it makes my voice any clearer. I like to speak softly, you know, it feels weird to be talking loud when you're in a quiet room by yourself. I just need to talk to these people. Ilia. Yeah, I don't know why I read that as a lowercase L, because it's a name. It's obviously a capital I. Okay, so Shad, aka the archaeologist, is in the basement with that strange statue, which we now know is related to the Minion Rod from the other place. Funny how that works, isn't it? Rod of the Heavens. Wow, that is quite the envelope. You went to a freaking artisan leather worker just to send a letter. Hey, this is the boss. A lot smaller than the boss. We beat his ass without getting hit. Remember that. Jesus, my nose is kind of itchy. Comes with the cold seasons, I guess. Ow. Yeah, that must be the seal right there. The little Sheikah stone looking thing. Blocking the hole. I don't think I can actually warp out of here, so I gotta climb back up. Not that I wouldn't be able to warp out of here, but he's standing right there, so I can't transform. Now we're teleporting back to where we just were. What world this is. Might go cut some grass just to get those rupees.
What take me for? What if you?
Also, I don't think I did part 2 of the hot spring water, did I? We can check if whoever is there now. Might get some money out of it.
Easy, spirit.
Actually, I can get money from this right here, if it's where I think it is. The little shooting gallery. Yeah. It's another one of those statues. I think it marks them on our map, but I don't remember where they are. There might be a special platform that I have to get on, but nothing wrong with just sniping them. It could also be misremembering, because I'm pretty sure it's the stage in Link's crossbow training. Thought the game would have been a lot cooler if you were fighting enemies for most of it, but it's still stupid satisfying to hit target dummies. In the later stages you do fight enemies, but they're obviously the later stages. I also got into a little argument with my brother about how the zapper... He was trying to use the zapper to play like a Cabela game, you know? But the zapper is, you know, it's a zapper, it's not shaped like a gun. But he thought it was, I guess. Like, they tell you right on the box, compatible with Zapper, compatible with the Cabela gun, which he bought, and then he was mad at that game, that gun didn't work with other shooters he bought, like House of the Dead or Dead Space Extraction. He doesn't like to read, okay? He makes a lot of very stupid decisions like that. And gets mad at stuff that could have been easily avoided. Anyways, I pointed out that it's supposed to be shaped like Link's crossbow. He flipped out on me. He was like, crossbows don't look like that. And like, his does. It's a hand crossbow, not like two-hand crossbow. Or other way around. The point is, he thinks Link's crossbow looks dumb. I think it's a very nice design. I think that's a comfortable way to hold the crossbow. So I say good on Nintendo. I'd like to hear what people think about his weird shaped crossbow, whether or not it's feasible. It's probably a repeating crossbow. That's probably the point he was overlooking. But, you know, I'm too stupid to bring up things that help me win an argument. All those people always has to be right, so I have to have a meltdown whenever one starts. Alright, does anyone want to give me freaking hot spring water?
Hey!
Yeah, my potions are both empty, I'll buy them. No, I'll buy two. We're gonna be doing a lot of stuff. Let's see, no. I doubt he'd be outside. That's just a guy who sells me arrows, right? Well, we have enough money for the magic armor now, I think. Or no, I just spent it. Shit. Okay, we're going to TLOZ then. The wrong turn, but it doesn't matter. This town's built like a normal town, which means it has loops. You can reach places from a lot of places. It's part of like good level design. Bag at those, right? I might have picked up a few bugs. It's all that people really mean when they say that like the stage is linear. That like there's only one path you can take, and that's why it's like such a bad thing to have associated with your game. There's no player choice involved. There's a right way to do a thing. Okay, so now I have enough money, I think. I didn't even remember the price of it necessarily, just that I was close to having the amount when I stopped last time. So I'm assuming this is enough. Now, when I was looking at this mannequin, see how it's like not a round head? I thought that that was a faceplate. And, you know, it looks kind of cool, doesn't it? Like, the mannequin itself kind of has the same design as the rest of the armor. It's the same gold color. But all I'm saying is I was a little disappointed when it turned out that there was no faceplate. Right, so it becomes like heavy boots when you don't have any money anymore. Kinda lame, I wish it just stopped working so I didn't have to go into my inventory and take it off, but I don't know, this was a newer game. Loading the inventory wasn't as slow as Ocarina of Time, so it wasn't a huge deal. Let's wear it for 2 seconds. We have rubies. Show off how freaking cool it is. First time we ever saw Link in like actual armor. It almost looks a little cooler when it's not gold. Just wish it wasn't so slow. Hey, he has a Malamar bag. I didn't even notice. Whoa, was that a kid? Hey, Malamar. Putting everyone out of business. Oh, hold on. I have to show her the letter. Ta-da! Yeah, you can tell by how much money you spent on the freaking envelope.
Hey.
Doctor's a drunk, apparently. Or likes to eat some of that air-dried meat. Oh god, this looks terrible. See, how many postals do I have? 33, I might be able to get a reward. I feel like it was only 130 for me to begin with. I'll check in with him. It only takes a minute. I can just open it.
It was the beautiful.
No one will see. Come on.
My puppy.
Yeesh. Giovanni. Moving. He gave me a bottle. Not to mention Great Fairy Tears. Oh, that's something we can do, maybe. We can do the, told me about the gauntlet. We can go do the gauntlet, maybe, if we're short on time. 60 ghosts, that's too many. I've been almost everywhere. Oh well, we got a bottle. I don't think he can give us anything better than that, right? A large sum of money for a heart piece. Whatever. Might get another, quiver extension if I do the star game again. But that requires us to do the next dungeon, so I think I'll probably attempt the trials for them. The doctor's office. For whatever reason, I thought I needed to sneak in there.
Was it cake?
I guess I have to go hide and transform again.
Gonna wake it. Think gonna. Think oh, and you meet a good one.
Come on, this is exactly where I transformed last time.
What was?
Ah!
There should get one. The cup was gonna kick it.
Oh, maybe it's because I was spotted. I opened that chest, right? It was just like an orange rupee. I think I put it back. Not sure I want to play with the finicky ball shot and get it though. With this. Oh. They're both just staring at each other. But notice this. Green hat. Red hat. I doubt it's Mario and Luigi, because he looks more, Spanish than Italian. Oh god, his eyes are part of his glasses. That's horrifying. You creep. What is this? Is that a tentacle? Frogs? Lizards? Usually Easter eggs and stuff like this. Hard to tell what I'm looking at though. Maybe a Dodongo, maybe an Octorok tentacle. Kind of branch. Korok maybe. Alright, here's your invoice, pal. You fucking drunk. You're a doctor, what do you mean you can't pay it off? You've got a monopoly on everyone's healthcare here. Spilled medicine all over, huh? This is the spot where he spilled it. He just put a box over it instead of actually cleaning it up. Guess that's a fluid bag. Bit weird. You'd think it'd be a water skin, but it's just a pouch. I have a diary for me to read. Alright, gotta give this a sniff. Reekfish scent. Oh wait, never mind. That's the last one I had. And find that biff. What? Push it just a little more. Why did he ever get up here without a ladder? Hey, chefs. That's where that dog just spawned in. I think this is gonna take us back into the waterways, if I'm not mistaken. Did the cat steal it? Skeleton dog took it from her. Just out of the southern gate. Only come out at night. So, it's the key to getting her memory back, then wouldn't that mean that the doctor stole it? She didn't use it as payment, he probably just took it because she didn't have any money. This is the south gate, right? Map's orientated properly. Yeah, there they are. They're dogs. Skeletons. Hey, it's a mana jug. I love that little sound that plays when you pick them up. Yeah, that. And then I think there's like a little on the mana meter too. It's kind of a different sound. Could go back to Lila with it, but I'm gonna try and talk to the doctor again first. No idea what it is. Then why you tell me to return it? You have taken it and sold it again. Pay off your debt, doctor. You're a fool! Is this a gate? It is a gate. You know, I never actually took a second to explore this area. There's probably a bug or something. Well, not. Yeah, I don't hear anything. I think they come out at different times of the day, so there might still be one here, it's just not out at the moment. Alright. Notice I'm doing a lot of this. It's kind of why I dislike fast travel in games. It just incentivizes you to not explore the world, you know? But if it's there, then you can handicap yourself and choose not to use it, but then, like, why are you wasting your own time? It's so precious. So, I guess I'm grateful when it's not included, but I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way when it is.
Ooh.
Alright, we're gonna find a Sheikah village, which, if you can remember, is the headquarters in Ocarina of Time for the Sheikah was Kakariko Village. It was such a small town because it was supposed to be like the ninja village, I guess. So I guess they kind of like expanded the world a bit for this, but this is not the original Kakariko. This is like a rebuild of it, which was done much closer to Death Mountain. Kind of why there's no grass around here, I guess. Also probably why the Gorons are more hostile towards humans now, because we like moved in on their land. Death Mountain's kind of like the equivalent of an Indian reservation. Yes, I say Indians because Native American is a mouthful. Sure I grabbed that one. And looking at that list, it looked like I had most of them, in fact. So, I don't think I'm gonna find a lot more. Pretty sure I went up there. In fact, how many heart pieces do I have? Need 2 more. I find one in the dungeon. Ow. I'm just thinking that we're probably pretty close to maximum health that we're ever going to have. Just getting more heart pieces requires some work. Always save these. If you guys eat rocks, why do you punch them? Alright, so this is like a bit of a western shootout. That's why I wanted to save my arrows. Like they've even got explosives around for you to use. Never mentioned I love the Wild West. I wish it was used more often. Time this came out, there were maybe 3 Western games in existence that I can think of. That being Gun, Call of Juarez. Okay, there's a few more than 3 then, because Call of Juarez had like 4 games in it. I don't think Gunslinger was out at the time. And Red Dead Revolver. Red Dead Revolver. Kind of bullshit. Remember the campaign? You get money in between missions and use that to buy upgrades and ammo, equipment, and stuff like that. But I don't know. At a point, you feel like you may have just spent your money wrong, and your whole game's just kind of ruined. I think the farthest I ever got was Badass Betsy. It was this chick with a whip. It had like 1,000,000 light years of range. A great local multiplayer game though. If I have to pick between that and Halo 2, I'd pick Red Dead. And the sound effects are all like cheesily bad. It fits the whole like film green old movies aesthetic that it's going for. There's just something really satisfying about shooting the guns in it. Why don't I sit back and aim? Oh fuck. Can I skill shot him? Whoa! Hey, Ash. Ellie Mandel. I don't know who that is. I'll save it for later. I don't know if the enemies will respawn if I use it now or not. Now get me, loser. Oh. I shot through his arrow. Might pay for the good stuff. Oh, missed. Shoot him in the arm. Whoop! Got him. Can I, like, roll this down, or do I have to snipe him? Oh, he has an explosive. Thought there was one left. No, it's the red eyes. And this woman is our friend Impa. And I guess the head of the Sheikah clan is always Impa. But I guess the red eyes are something specific to Sheikah, maybe. It's like the Shining Gun. Right, so I guess when Link left to go to Termina or whatever, he never actually went back and corrected all the issues that he solved in the future. So, like, that Bongo Bongo and Haunted Well and shit, all that just still happened. Ruined Kakariko. He might have been alluding to it when she said that the town met with a terrible fate. So this charm, it's, has holes in it. Yeah, it's actually a horse whistle. It's like a horseshoe in it. So, I guess the thing we recover her memory with is just Epana's song, which means I could use any old piece of horse grass. They had to put my life at risk and save some old woman. Well, I'm getting an ability out of it.
And you need people to rescue us.
But nobody's here. Oh. Ah, I'll leave and come back. Jeez.
Be repair with you.
So after she gets her memory back, she might just hand me the book. If I get a book at some point, and that has the word breaks the seal, and then I have to, like, go across the whole freaking map and collect those statues. And then, we'll finally be able to do the dungeon. Depending on how long that takes, we'll see whether or not I do the gauntlet instead. So far, dungeons have taken like an hour and a half to beat each, so yeah, we might not have time for it. Hold on. Right, that's my B button. Down, up, down. Huh, it activated without me doing that last time. Why is that one center tower just so low res compared to the other parts of it? They must be using the same texture as the smaller ones. Like stretched or something. In front of the castle.
Press which building?
I'll go there right now, because I want to learn a new thing. I think one of them is just a straight up upgrade to the spin attack, so that one should be a little more useful than the others. I feel like I haven't been using them as much as I thought I would. Probably because I'm not on motion controls. Like, it's so instinctually for me to shield bash with the nunchuck, you know? It just feels really good. But these seem to be the only things that hurt the Dark Nuts, so good to have a lot of them. Look, I forgot I even had this one. Might have been useful against those wolves at the Snow Palace. Hey, it is the spin move. White beams. Bitch. Free heal? Just cuts through guards. That's kind of amazing. Means that your spin moves will be OP when you combine it with magic armor. Oh, there you go. I'll do his child. I don't know if the bloodline curse necessarily requires, if it's hereditary, or if links are just reincarnated whenever, kind of like Ganondorf is. He's just the Gerudo male. He can come whenever. But I guess that gives, like, more credence to the idea that that was a past Link. Then that begs the question, who did he slam? I think the most commonly accepted answer is Mulan. Like, Ordon Village is kind of oriented where Lon Ranch would have been, and it's still kind of the ranch in this game. Plus, like, Link never gets Zelda, just how it works. In Skyward Sword, it seemed like they were just friends. The other answer would be Rudo, because they're technically married. When she gave him the stone. Then she makes a joke about it when you go into the water temple. But, like, it's not like she forgot about it. I'm on Team Mulan though, because fish people are weird.
Where's he going to you?
I don't like the idea that Link hatched from an egg. Alright, got your whistle. Why are you still talking like you don't know me? Background hasn't faded completely. I don't know why there's water there. Maybe it has something to do with what the next scene is. Or maybe that's the skybox for this area. I wonder if she doesn't have shoes or not still. Seems like a little too much attention to detail for them to take them off just for her to be in the water like that. I mean, Link still had his sandals on and he's the main character. Super curious now. Yeah, now I don't have to go hunting down grass and I might actually use Epona. Yeah, she just doesn't wear shoes, what the hell? I guess there are parts of the world that people don't wear them still. It is unhealthy for like the first while, but after calluses develop, your feet become shoes. Really more so about how dirty the place you live is. I mean, walking around New Jersey without shoes. Or Los Angeles, for that matter. Most places in America you'd want shoes on. Kinda too. I guess it's a civilized world that's filthy. Well, I know what the rod is. Here's this. Do anything for you. I'll talk to what's-his-face. He told us to help out Lila first. Lilia. I don't know why I keep saying Lila. I have to talk to Impa with the rod, actually. Probably should have read what she was saying, not gonna lie, I was skipping through it. Then she wanted to help out that lady, so I want to thank Impa. starting to second guess myself. I might have not gone in there. I remember getting trapped on the way out. Like, the way that you're supposed to come out, I mean. You went down there first and got stuck. Definitely wanted some optional dungeon though. I had lava, I had to use my boots, I had magnets. Has to have been that one. Wow, so many cats. Oh my god, Beans got up. Stretch my legs. Oh god, they're all hers. She didn't clean her house either. Beans. Come on, you broke my freaking phone charge board. Please don't jiggle it. Rod. Okay, she gave me the book. Now, I think I have to talk to the archaeologist before I can actually start collecting the statues, but, it said the book was missing characters. So, that's what the statues do, I guess. They're like laptops. You download the rest of the information from Wikipedia. Cat trying to sniff my butt.
Eat up to you one.
His bookmarker's a sword. That's kind of epic. Having someone quietly whisper a prayer into your ear feels so wrong. Da-da-da, and unrusted somehow. Maybe it's the light reflecting off it, making it that color.
Revenge at you. You distant threat. What bring this to ever? That could side with.
So this statue might be the last one. It's still got the thing blocking it, you know? But go to the others.
What do you need? That's the way that might be.
But I know there's one right here on the way out. Marking my map in it. Alright, so last time I went on like a lot of tangents while I was talking about the stuff I was playing, and I actually didn't get around to 2 things. So I guess I can talk about them now. First of which being Guacamelee 2. Remember the first game got some criticism for being like full of memes, which kind of dates the humor of it a lot. I can agree with that. And, you know, like older audiences just think that they're kind of annoying. I know some people absolutely hate Borderlands for that kind of thing too. But as a game, it was solid. Like the combat was really fun, and then the whole movement system revolved around those combat moves. So unlike Zelda, where you have some items that are like almost purely for puzzles, pretty much everything was used for movement and combat purposes. Like you'd get the uppercut and use that as your double jump. Or you have the sort of dash punch, you can use that to freeze your downward velocity and get some extra distance out of a jump. You like combine all these things together. And the movement system never got super crazy in that game. Like, it definitely could have used it more. But there was like an optional side quest you can do to get the true ending. And there it did take full advantage of it. And there's one area that was just kind of annoying to traverse, but for the most part they were fun and satisfying things to do. Big difficulty spike, but still. Anyways, I bring that up because the second game, the whole world is designed to be very creative with the movement system. All the old abilities come back, plus a few new ones, mostly focusing on the chicken form. But, yeah, the movement's like all crazy from the beginning. It feels really awesome to traverse the world. The memes are definitely toned down, but they're also still there. Like, the game is about trying to fix a multiverse, because you're the only Juan that survived the first game. So, like, the worlds are falling apart, the Nexiverse as it's called. And you go to the darkest timeline purely so they can make the joke that this is the darkest timeline. There's like a few bonus levels. One of them is dedicated exclusively to explaining how the guy feels about memes. So, I don't know, some people might think it's funny. I didn't really. But that's secondary because the game itself was super fun. It also goes up to 4 people co-op play, which is super awesome. My brother doesn't like platforming, so I didn't really do any co-op with him, but still an option. I wish that the mark faded when I did the thing, but whatever.
If you pay us,
That's one of them. I think there's one in this field and another one in this field, that shooting gallery we were at earlier. Oh, there's two in this field. That's right. Bridge. Go there first. No, the game wasn't super long. I thought it was a pretty easy complete, even if the platforming got kind of crazy with the collectibles, because, as I said, it got super crazy in the first game for the optional stuff, but because the movement was already crazy from the beginning with this one, things went insane when you did the optional stuff. So it also had a skill tree to sort of give money a purpose. Before, I think you were just able to buy like a few moves. Now it has like a full thing that'll take most of the game to fill out, so I guess that's good. Gave me a reason to go hunt down treasure chests. Yeah, I don't think I have a ton else to say about the game. I said it's full of memes still. But navigation system deserves a lot of applause. Call the horse. Oh, right, I forgot to mention that, like, aside from the memes, it has video game references, but, like, Mexicanized. So you'll see, like, a poster for El Linko holding up a big, tortilla chip. That's the Triforce. Stuff like that, just rough translations of what characters are. Copy of one. I don't think that was the real one. There definitely was a Kratos poster, but... Anyways, I think the guy could probably make a lot of money just selling artwork like that. Some Mexican versions of video game stuff. Get a Patreon or something. Is it around the corner? It is. I remember this one. Jelly. So anyways, the guy's justification for the memes is sort of like, bro, I lived and breathed these things like every day at the time. They were part of me. I can't just not include them. You know, he's got a point. The reason that they die and fall off the face of the earth so quickly is because everyone overuses them. Right, one guy does the original thing, it's funny. People reuse the joke on everything, and then it goes to your parents. And then it's dead. It's kind of like when, or at least my brother does this, when a new song comes out that he really likes, he'll listen to it on repeat all fucking day. And then after like a month, you'll never want to hear it again. I mean, why'd you do that to yourself? All there is to this one? I know I got the thing, but there's a chest over there. I can actually use this to fill in the gaps. Something like that. I'm gonna warp over to the other side of the map now. I think these are the last two.
What do you want? Deal with damage.
Alright, so the other game I didn't talk about, very short one, was called Bannerman. It's like a 2D side-scrolling thing. No jumping involved, it's purely a combat, narrative-focused game. Though, obviously the combat system's in-depth. Right, that's the acceptable way to do it. Or just make it stupid hard like Shinobi. A game nobody fucking beat. So, a bit of a parry-focused thing, I guess. Combat is very intense, and I had a hard time getting my head around it the first time through, I think. I think I died quite a few times. Not enough to get the achievement for dying. I got every other achievement but that one, actually. Like, I was trying to grind out deaths, and I found out that I was only halfway there after a while. I was like, okay, I'm not doing this. Only achievement I didn't get. So after that first playthrough, I went through the game really quick to get the other ending, and I just tore it apart. Some enemies I felt were a lot harder to deal with than others. There were these guys with the shield. I just walk up to them, heavy attack them, light attack them, done. And I did it in the same way every time. I wasn't able to do that to any other enemy really, but it's a bit silly. Anyways, I can't really talk about the combat system without showing it off, so I don't think I will. I'll just say that it's good. As far as the story goes, there's a lot of trippy imagery, and I'm not entirely sure what happened. The world is a bit weird. Like, the final boss is kind of a mage. Also another enemy that's kind of a mage. But, like, magic doesn't seem existent elsewise. Kind of a realistic world in that sense. What I got out of it was, it's about standing up for yourself. Not letting people use you. I guess that's a healthy message. But I don't think all the surreal imagery was necessary to tell me that. There's some really weird looking pixel art, people like exploding and shit. Melting. Got all of them? No, I have one more. Anyways, I think I beat the game in like 6 hours the first time through with the difficulty, and then second time through I took a different set of skills. Maybe that impacted my ability. No, I didn't take any skills actually because I wanted an achievement. So I did it without any assistance then. And I just tore through it. in like an hour. I did that one in one session. I will say it's a bit bullshit that you'd have to like redo the whole long-ass level if you died, but the guy did eventually patch in like a shortcut to the end of the level if you make it there and die at the boss. It was nice of him, I guess. And part of what made the second run so easy was I didn't have to fight the final boss. You kind of given a choice at the end. Another one of these circles. Gonna try and drop a bomb. Otherwise, it could be a shooting gallery. I don't think I tried pulling out my bow last time. How's that one of these? Yeah, I have no idea. I think I remember watching a video on the dude's YouTube. What's really interesting is the guy like did all of his own marketing instead of going to a publisher, and it kind of worked out for him. The game probably sold a lot better than it would have otherwise. Sounded like a lot of work to me though. Shitty though, because I'm gonna have to do that eventually. But I'm not the kind of person who wants to use Twitter and Facebook. It's terrible. I don't like that people know so much about my life. I don't like feeling like I have to post stuff. I just don't feel like it. But he really did bring that to my attention. Eventually I'm probably gonna have to pay someone to take care of that. I also need to tell myself to stop feeling bad about not streaming either so often anymore. It's kind of like that same pressure, like I feel like I need to do something every so often. Not that I have people demanding me to play, but you know what I'm saying. The fact of the matter is, if I ever skip, I probably just took time to work on my game instead, which is a good thing. It's a lot more important. So I wish I didn't have to feel bad about it, but I do. There's nothing up here. What's the point? That hole in the ground? I want to sit up straight because my back hurts a little right now, but the cat is like laying on my arms and pushing me forward. A little bit annoying. There we go. Sitting a little awkwardly here. I think it wants me to jump off there and land on this. I hope that's a decent spot. I also just have to get up here and drop down to get to that. I want the chest. No! Okay, we're gonna move this just like a step. There we go. Surprised I didn't take any fall damage from that. Might be a little easier to do if I just walk against the wall right there. Oh, we've already committed to this. Where it was before! I'm trying to line it up with the jagged part of the mesh up here. There we go. Damn it! Okay, I'll do this the other way then. And number 2. Were these all numbered and I didn't notice? I mean, there's still other missing characters. Is there one in the desert, maybe? Lake Hylia probably has one. Try that. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Huh. Did it. Hell yeah. Okay, that wasn't worth the time. Fancy chest like that, you'd expect a heart piece. I want to find one. I know there's one in the next dungeon. Ah. Okay, so where's this last word? Okay, so aside from that, I've kind of just been on a Risk of Rain 2 binge. Like, I played the game a lot to begin with, and it's not even done, but I just played a stupid amount this week. I don't know why. I'm not gonna get my thoughts on it because the game's not finished. It'd be unfair for me to talk about how some of the bosses are kind of broken and unfair. It's a good time though. It's like the epitome of get item and feel OP. Like that sensation you get when you play Binding of Isaac or something. The first game's complete, and well, it's 2D, so it might be less of your thing. but I still think that one's very good. I think that the third dimension adds so much to it, like being able to dodge attacks instead of relying on iframes. It kind of made a lot of the characters not work anymore though, which is sad. My favorite guy was the Enforcer. He had like a riot shield and a shotgun in the first game. Not around at the moment. I hope they find some way to bring him in. A lot of the items are gone too. Some of the basic things like the head stompers don't exist anymore. Probably because they're super ineffective in 3D. Everyone's not standing on the same plane anymore, so you're not jumping and stomping on a ton of people. Say I wasn't gonna give my thoughts on it, here I am still talking about it. Let's see, I played the Medieval remake. Game's very short, so I'm kind of like spacing out my time with it. Still haven't finished it, like one session left in it maybe. Or they added a new ghost collectible thing, I haven't done those yet. Should be quick though. See, the original is one of my favorite games ever, even though I didn't have a PlayStation. I'd always play at a friend's house. I thought it was just the most charming thing. Don't really have a ton else to say about it. The remake itself is good. It's like one for one, almost. Some things are a little more smoothed out, which is for the best. Frame rate chugged a little bit in one level, playing on a normal PS4. Which was sad, but I feel like it's the kind of thing that can be patched out easily. And see, I think it's very pretty, but some of the horror aspect was definitely lost in translation when it went to a more cartoony art style instead of the hyper-realistic, just gross graphics. The original one was like more of a Tim Burton film, just very creepy in how it was animated even. And I feel like a little bit of that was lost, but it's still very good. I see no reason to not play it, since it's more accessible now than the original. Shit. Is that all? I guess so. I have been playing this sort of really long survival type RPG called Ballroom, but still not sure I've seen everything the game has to offer. Like, you level up very slow in it. So I don't have a ton of abilities. Kind of just gone into a place where, like, I'm not fighting the survival system anymore. I have a constant source of food ready. Kind of understand how a lot of the systems are working, but still need a bit more time before I give my unprofessional opinion. I think I'm liking it for now, though. I wish time would stop when I had to read stuff. That's a little bit annoying. Because reading takes, like, time. It has this really cool thing where, like, the page is blacked out and you have to mouse over the lines to reveal what it says. Kind of like you're actually reading it. It's like the first time I've ever seen something like that. I thought it was really cool. Or, I guess that's Half-Life. Kingdom Come Deliverance had like a system where you had to learn to read, so you'd have like dyslexia when you're looking at a book until your reading skill got high enough. See words that are straight up wrong, stuff that was blurry, sometimes the letters would dance around. Son of a bitch! I hate this. Kingdom Come was really good, by the way. I think it's been a bit too long for me to talk about it in depth, but I heard a lot of people say it's kind of grindy, or that it's really hard, that the survival elements are too difficult. I think that they're wrong. Sure, it had like a very steep learning curve, but when I lost my save data and went back to it, I just really got on with the game. I leveled up really quickly. I finished it a lot faster than I was going in my first playthrough. Son of a... But yeah, the game takes time to learn, but once you get it down, it's just really good. Satisfying. And it's not that jank. It's not fantasy, but I would play over Elder Scrolls. And I'm looking forward to the sequel. Assuming it gets on. And there's definitely setup for it. I think it's based off a book, actually. Or at least something that happened in actual history. So awkward. Swear to God, if I miss this. For money. That took even longer than the last one. I can't believe this. Yeah, well, the book's complete, right?
My gun one.
Oh, I'll go back to the guy. I think that's all there is to the setup of this. Like, they should be able to go to the next dungeon.
What do you mean?
And then, after that, I'll come back here and attempt the labyrinth trial place.
There was.
Not gonna question how more letters appeared. He disappeared. I saw that. He vanished before he left the screen. Oh, he's over there. Must have warped. Got in! On legs. Weapon to surpass Metal Gear. It's called Muscles, nerd. I need to get him out of this room so I can actually transport this. I can bring it to Guacamelee or Clown Man. Hey! What are you doing? What are you doing? Move. I swear to God I heard you peeing. You bastard. Stand up. We're good. I'm sorry, Jinx. That must have been the sound of him scratching the fabric while he stretched. Or he's the kind of guy who just pees on things when he's unhappy or sick. I wish he didn't, because I don't know what's wrong with him. He should be fine right now, though. Like, take care of his fleas. Take care of the worms he might have had. Should be healthy. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that, Minda. The most convenient excuse. Greetings. Even hit you. Just swatted you.
James, the catcher you're brooding? Want to make it.
Whatever I heard came from the ceiling. He's staring up. My other cat's been doing that too. I've heard a little, like, scratching from mouse feet recently. They must have all, like, flooded indoors because it's cold out now.
Pretty hungry with.
Right, so this happened a while ago, but remember that weird cutscene I said I didn't know what the hell was happening? Happened in the cave here at Lake Hylia. I actually watched a video explaining it that came out recently. I'm like, okay, at least I know what it means now. Basically, it was just warning us about the power of the Fuse Shadow, like it was gonna corrupt Link or something. And they showed it to us before we got the final piece to, like, show that we could have it without blowing up. I don't know. The reason the cutscene was so confusing, though, the guy pointed this out very clearly, because they recycled the character models for Link and Ilia. Those were just supposed to be, like, representative of anyone, just a man and a woman. Adam and Eve, if you would. Only when he switched into the hero's clothing and not the ranch clothes was it actually Link. It was just about how, like, when people found out about the Sacred Realm and the Triforce, they started fighting each other. And that kind of made them evil, brought them to the Fuse Shadow instead of the Triforce. And yeah, it corrupts people. You can easily become corrupt. If you do, I will murder you. That's when the spirit showed up and he screamed. That was like him being annihilated by them. I see a Poe up there. And I'll talk to this guy first. I'd rep the guy's channel if I remembered it, but I watched this like a month ago. So, I don't know. Look up weird Twilight Princess scene explained or something, you'll find it if you're interested. Hell no. No, I have the money actually. Probably what those chests were for, buy all the statues. Now it's kind of worth it that I did the thing. I need to clean up my beard. Getting a little annoying. Said before I was gonna let it grow out to try and get like the rest of the face hair to fill in. And that plan seems to be working out. It's getting a little messy now though. Alright, so that's how we get out to the sky. Real simple stuff. I think I just have to talk to him to get in it. It's also morning, so the poe's gone, but short on time, so I'm gonna try and do this. Room here and there actually shit hurts. Now, while we're on the topic of it, for some of you have noticed, and I've said it before even at the camera, I am losing my hair. And it recently came to my attention that it's probably because of allergies, actually, so I'm trying to do something about that, and I doubt that it will all grow back, but I might get a little bit of it back. You know, I was perfectly okay with not having it, but I don't know, I guess I might try to get some of it back if I can. At the very least, medication helps with my asthma, so that's good. I don't think I'm willing to freaking sink money into like a hair supplement, like Rogaine or whatever, but I'll keep taking the allergy medication. Started very recently, so before I'm getting mixed results of it. Boomerang is for the right. Where's the boomerang there? Also, I don't need the Dominion rod out, so bow, 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 bow. I can try and give a rough explanation of how allergies can actually cause hair loss. It does sound weird, but essentially, when you have an allergy attack, your body thinks that you've got like an infection, so you know it sends your immune cells after it. But the thing is, pollen isn't a living. It's not a virus or bacteria or whatever, so you can't make an antibody or whatever for it. So instead, your body just freaks out and releases a substance called histamine. It's supposed to like purge the whole area. If you're having frequent allergy attacks, then you're gonna have a lot of histamine in you, and it's just gonna start to kill off your good cells. So eventually, it's start to get like a little more sickly. The first thing to go would be your hair. I guess you could say it's like your body's version of a pesticide. Like, yeah, it takes care of the problem, but it also kind of makes your home ruined. I think every 10 floors, maybe, is like a little break room where you can get some health back. Could be misremembering, but I think there's about 50 of these. Do them all pretty quick, so it's not a big deal. But essentially, we're gonna fight every enemy that we encounter, minus the bosses. Also taking a lot of damage in here, it's not good. That worked. Great fairy, she's still naked. Wearing a towel. Definitely not as creepy looking as the old one. Out. Maybe the gear spinner? They're talking about claw shot or gear spinner. Because we just did like the fire dungeon enemies. Gotta be the claw shot then, right? Yeah. Points it out right here. She released fairies to Ordon Spring. You can take advantage of whenever. She just releases fairies to other springs at these other 10 floors or so. So, not really a huge incentive because it dictates which spring I have to go to get fairies, really. At the end of it, I believe I get a bottle with some more of the Great Fairy's tears, and obviously a way to get more of the Great Fairy tears. It's good. What? How would I get down there? Your spinner? Is that a track? I think it is. It is. Whoa! The purple ones are poisonous, right? Can't drink them. Bit lame. I don't know those guys. This is kind of what I was talking about with the shield enemy in Bannerman. You just do the thing to kill them, and that's it. It makes combat feel a lot less engaging when you only have one option to kill an enemy, you know. Not multiple ways to approach this, I just have to use the ball shot and beat the shit out of them. It's not like a boss fight where I have multiple means of damaging them before I do the thing that you have to do 3 times. Those are the flying heads. So, shit. I would use bomb arrows. But that would take arrows. Probably just go down there then. Boomerang might work out actually. Okay, the bow one-shots him. I lied. I wish I didn't miss that. The move was useful. Do that again. I realized I could be wearing the magic armor, but I want to save that for the wars if possible. You have plenty of health potions. Haven't drank one yet. Well. I don't know if I mentioned before, but the HD version of this game has like an extended version of this dungeon with even harder challenges if you have the Wolf Link amiibo, I believe. Not sure how I feel about content being locked behind amiibos that are in very limited supply. You know, I am sure how I feel about it, actually. It's wrong. And I mean, like, content. If you just want to give me, like, a cosmetic shirt, sure, maybe. It'd be cute if you, like, tied it into how the amiibo was. Maybe release an update. I scan my Breath of the Wild amiibo, I get the blue tunic. That'd be neato. Oh shit. I guess that still worked out, even if they hit me out of this. I realize I'm tempting fate right now. Absolutely drink potion. Ah! I was out for blood. We'll see if it lets me checkpoint in there or something. If I can go back to the last fairy, I'll be okay. Otherwise, seems I can't. Oh well. I don't really plan on redoing that then, because it took like 20 minutes to get that far. I got one reward though. All that really matters is I have access to the free fairies. The bottle would have been nice, but I goofed. So, guess we'll warp back here one time and heal up, or we'll go here actually. To the spring and get one of those fairies. That was such an anticlimactic way to die. I had so many potions. I might give it another try later, I don't know. For now, this is all that matters. So many fairies. I also don't have to stand around in these ponds anymore if I have fairies. Just walk into the fairies to heal. Now I really want to have one potion, because it heals more. So, the claw shot's kind of always been useful, but this next dungeon's actually going to have us take advantage of the claw shot again. Which was probably a first. Nah, I lied actually. Water Temple. Arena.
What?
It kind of just repurposes one of the old tools. Alright, I'll get us to the place, and then that'll be it for today. And then, see, there was 0 setup for the dungeon after this one, and then the final dungeon is just kind of long, so we'll see. I might be able to do that in 1 episode. I might be able to do that in 2. So we're looking at about 3 more sessions of this game. And hopefully I will be able to get that done over the next few weeks. Try not to take such a long break. Oh wait, there's a Poe up there, I want that. See, during the summer, every day was super busy at work, so, you know, I was drained when I got back. Didn't necessarily want to stream unless I had a day off or had one coming up or whatever. Now it's slow again. Things are actually really slow. It's a bit of a weird restaurant. So, if they don't end up cutting me early, I'll just feel bored and again, super drained when I get back. Kind of kills my motivation to do anything but play games. Technically that's what this is, but different. So what I'm trying to say is I wish I was doing more of substance with my days, but I'm just not. So, kind of half praying that I just won't be able to leave home during the winter then. I'm not gonna stop until I absolutely have to. Until I absolutely can't leave home, but because I want money. But the instant I don't have to, I'll feel a lot better. I don't want to go to work anymore. I couldn't imagine doing this game development, job, and school all in one. That'd be ridiculous. I'd hate myself. I would absolutely have to drop one of them. Right, talk to him. What I was doing. I thought I had to talk to him to launch myself, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So how do I get in here then? Oh, I see. Gotta fist it. Yeah, that's the boss, by the way. The fucking armored dragon. Might be one of the coolest fights Link has ever been in. So while I don't necessarily care for this dungeon because it's kind of long, involves a lot of hookshotting, I do enjoy that fight very much. They actually have a shop up here, so you don't have to leave or teleport out or whatever. Oh yeah, wind. Fucking hate wind. So it's arrows, bombs, blue potion, oil, red potion, and in miniatures. Alright. I don't know why I even walked through that door. It's probably gonna put me back out here anyway. There's actually a cannon right over there for us to launch back down if we don't feel like teleporting. Eh. But we are at our time limit for today, so we'll get to this next time and might be able to fit the next dungeon in too. That's how long it takes. I remember this being a very long one though. Yeah, that's it for today. We'll try for Wednesday maybe. No promises, but I'm aiming for Wednesday for the next one. And I will see you guys then.